You all are so kind. I feel like I'm around family when I come to Tea Party meetings because I know we feel so similarly about all of these issues that affect America. And that's a good thing because right now the Republic is suffering, and it's suffering greatly. And there are a lot of reasons for that. We can go on and on. But at the end of the day, it boils down to the people. What the people are willing to accept, what they're willing to do, what they're willing to live with. We are beholden to them. At the end of the day, it's their government, not ours. And that's one of the things our founders would have insisted upon, that Jefferson certainly would have insisted upon, but it's a couple of things that the modern day leaders of our party, and even the modern day leaders that have been elected as presidents, they don't share that core conviction. So there's 1,000 things we could talk about. I could be formal, I could be informal. I will answer all of your questions. I promise you. I only know one direction and one speed, and that's forward, and I'll be honest about it. So let me talk to you a few minutes about what I think one of the real problems America has. And then let's go to some of these issues like we discussed, and we'll talk about those bills. One of the quotes that I've always really admired and liked came from Jefferson. If you don't know much about my politics, I'm a Jeffersonian by nature. I always tell people I've been a Republican since Reagan and a conservative since then, because it takes time to actually develop your conservative instincts. A lot of politicians never do develop their conservative instincts. They believe it's simply one vote on this or one vote on that. We really do have a beautiful core philosophy that springs forth from literally 4 centuries of giving us what conservatism has become today. I think one of the core tenets of conservatism is a spirit of resistance. That sounds odd, but it's a spirit of resistance that keeps us free, the spirit of resistance that maintains our liberties. And my generation has lost that spirit of resistance. Jefferson certainly talked about it from time to time, and he said that a country, a citizen, cannot preserve its liberties unless the people remind the rulers that they do preserve a spirit of resistance. But what does that mean exactly? It means different things to different people, but at the end of the day, what it says is, we view centralized authority with a view of suspicion, of skepticism. We understand that men and women are flawed. We're all flawed. I'm flawed. And that's the very reason no one of us needs that kind of authority, that kind of power. It needs to be diffused, spread out among various branches and agencies, and even separated between the states and the federal government to keep that government in control, not of us, but of itself. Self-regulated mechanisms to make sure no one agency or no one branch gets too large and the people's rights thereby are preserved. History, what would happen? One king was simply replaced by another king. Or one king was simply replaced by an oligarchy. What happened here, though, is our revolution gave the common man a voice for the first time in history. And it told those elites, that ruling class of people, that that would not happen in this country, not in our society, because we value freedom that much. My generation, however, has advocated that revolution. They've embraced rulers. They've embraced guardians. And that should be foreign to the American spirit, foreign to American government. We do not need guardians. We do not need people to tell us how to micromanage our affairs. What we need is liberty. What we need is freedom. That's what we demand still today. And yet we live in this great age of uncertainty, don't we? You know, I never thought in a million years that I would see a country like mine, the one I inherited, become what it has. And it's not because of one president. It's because the people have lost control of the reins of the government. And it happened